Welcome to Nutrition by Jules. I'm Jules, bringing you all things wellness for your pregnancy and postpartum journey. And today is a mini move Monday. So a low impact, low intensity, 10, maybe 12-minute routine that you can do for your whole body as a warm up or as its own strength routine. Totally up to you. If you want to see the whole list of exercises and links to equipment we may be using, they're in the description. I'm only using a band today, no weights, so that makes that super simple. First, before we get into that weight, we're going to do a little bit of mobility, getting into a 90-90 stretch on the ground. So I've got 90-degree angles as best as I can. This one is actually quite hard for me. Need to be doing it more often on my legs. And I am sitting up nice and tall, thinking about pushing my knees into the ground, having my feet flexed. But push those knees into the ground and then square my shoulders to that front shin and lean out over it, keeping my back nice and flat as I lean in as far as I can. Hold. And come up. We're going to go other side. 90-90. Push the knees down. Square the shoulders and keep the back flat. Lean out over front shin. Yes. And come on up. We're going to go one more time each side. 90-90. Flat back. Lean. Good. And back again. Rotate. Think about pushing those knees down first before you square. Down and hold. And of course, if you want to hold this longer, if you want to do more, pause the video, do a few more of these. They do feel quite lovely on those hips. And then we're going to stand using our band for a little shoulder mobility. It's called an around the world. You're going to hold that band at shoulder width, pull your shoulders back, and just do some nice big circles up and over and around. You want to keep tension on this band the whole time. So I'm always pulling on it, always keeping my chest back, keeping good posture throughout my core. Big old circles. Oh yeah, nice pop there. Up and around. Let's get 5 each direction. Yes, again, keep tension on that band. Don't let it go lax. Keep those shoulders back. Hips are square forward. Awesome. Again, with that mobility, take your time. Do more if you wish. Those are always wonderful. All right, and then we're going to do a little balance here before we get into our little main routine. We're going to do a tree pose. So I want to ground down through my entire foot. My toes are spread out. I'm not crunching my toes in. I'm going to balance all on this left leg while I stick my right leg knee out to the side and bring it up just slightly onto my calf. And then I'm going to think about my posture, making sure my shoulders are back. My pelvis is not dumping forward, but straight in a line with my rib cage. Yes, I'm just going to hold here. If you'd like to add a little something to this, you can bring this bottom foot up higher into your leg. Just make sure your thigh, just make sure you're not placing that foot right on your knee. We don't want that. Keep holding here, arms up. If you can do that without flailing, if you do that and keep your balance, good. And lower that leg. Other side. Ground down through that right foot this time. Throw the toes out. Make sure we're not gripping with the toes. Left knee out. Bring it up to your calf to start. Or if you just want to kickstand it, depending on where you're at, maybe in pregnancy or postpartum, this might be a lot of balance work for you. Shoulders are back. Again, think about my good posture. My pelvis is straight in line with my ribs. Shoulders are back. Add on the arms if you wish. Good to pick a spot to look at. I'm staring at my camera to make sure I keep that focus with this balance work. Good, let's go one more time on each side. Back to that left foot. Think about my posture, shoulders back, ribs stacked, glutes are activated, toes are not gripping. Spirit fingers. Okay. All right, other side. Grounding down through the midfoot, toes are spread, left leg goes out. Beautiful. Hands are here just for a tactile cue for myself to make sure my posture is staying good and grounded. Wiggle my toes. And release. Awesome. It's surprising how much little stabilizer muscles we use with those simple balance work. Okay, now I've got 4 exercises we're going to do 2 rotations of. The first is a bird dog. So we're going to want to be in an all fours position with our wrists under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. We're going to start this by just pushing one toe out until our leg is straight, and then we're going to raise that foot off the ground while we raise our opposite arm. The reason that we slide it out first is I don't want you doing this. We don't want to arch our back. We're having this solid core, nice flat back, and we're only raising our leg up as high as we can without arching that lower back. So engaging core, engaging glutes. It might only be this high. My thumbs up, my back toes down, and then I put them back down and slide back. So slide out the other foot, raise it as I raise this arm, flex the foot, thumbs up, hold, shoulders back and down, nice braced core, and release. Nice, slow and controlled. Other side, up, hold. You can pick on the speed on these as long as you know you're not doing this. All right? So as long as our core stays braced, our back stays flat, you can go a little faster on these bird dogs. We're going to do 10 to 12 total. So go ahead and count, because I didn't get 10 to 12 of those total. So again, 5 or 6 on each side of those bird dogs. And then when you're through down there, hopefully you're taking your time, making sure those are getting done right. We will do a reverse lunge. All right, so a lunge is different than a split squat in that your weight does stay mostly in that front foot. So we're going to step back, drop our knee down if we're comfortable doing so. If not, you can hover it, and then step back, and majority of our weight is still on this front foot. So it's okay to have a little bit of a lean. We're just stepping back, tapping the knee, coming up, squeezing your glutes at the top. Tap the knee, come up, not forward, but just to a solid vertical plank. Step back. Again, this is my tactile cue to keep my hips from coming forward. I'm just staying on this one leg. So I'm sticking back with my right leg to start. 4, again, 10 to 12. And of course I haven't counted, but I'll go ahead and do the other leg and I'll show you from the front. So now I'm stepping back with my right. Again, it's okay that my shoulders are coming slightly forward because I do want a little extra weight on this front knee. What I don't want is weight on my toe. All right, so my weight is still in my midfoot as I'm stepping back, tapping my knee behind me. Again, tactile cue to make sure I'm not tilting my pelvis here, 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 here. If you have a belly, a baby, you can still hold on to that and still do this. Also, if your balance is feeling a little off, this doesn't feel really secure for you, you can do your reverse lunges holding on to something. So to the side, hold on here as you step, or to the front, hold on here as you step. Totally acceptable as well. So it depends on what you're trying to get out of this, and again, where you're at in your fitness, pregnancy or birth. So reverse lunges into banded rows. So you do want a band. It doesn't have to be a circular band, but it does need to be long. You're going to be stepping on it, and you're in this hip hinge position. So I'm not bending over. My back is flat, right? And I got a little bit in my knee, and I'm pushing my hips back and slightly down. So I'm feeling my hamstrings turn on here. So this is a bent over position, and I'm staying here. Nothing's moving but my arms, and I am rowing that band, trying to bring it up into my armpit for 12. And if there's a little bit of bounce here, that's okay. It means you're working hard, but we want to avoid the standing up, and we want to avoid the arching. There we go. 12. Nailed it. All right. And our fourth one, also with the band, this is another one that we're going to be focusing on our posture for. As you can imagine, that's super important piece of the puzzle for pregnancy and postpartum. All right, so foot under. Again, if you don't have a circular band, just make sure it's secure enough where it's not going to bounce you and come back and bounce you in the face. I've got the band on the outside of my elbow. My elbow's in this front rack position. My wrist and my elbow and my wrist are nice and straight in a line. I'm going to push straight up overhead. I'm going to hold for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it down, pause, reset. Back up, press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. I want you to do that 5 times on each side. I'm going to keep talking at you, but keep doing it. I'm going to show you from the side what I don't want. So up, hold, none of this. Up and press, none of this. All sorts of wibble wobble. Glutes are on, core is on, ribs and pelvis are stacked. Arm is locked out as straight as you can get it, depending on how tight your band is. And down. All right. Hopefully you've got 5 in on that one side as you were watching and listening to me. So we'll go to the other side and press, hold. Rib cage is not flailing. It's brought down in line and down. Sorry if you're getting feedback on this side. Press up, hold, and down. As this gets tiring for the last couple, make sure that rib cage is down, glutes are on, we're nice and stacked. Nice, good posture here. Good, finish up your last one. And we're going to start over with the bird dogs. Awesome. Let me show you a few from the front this time. Again, nice stack position, all fours. I am activating and engaging my core. I slide the back foot out, raise foot or leg and hand at the same time. Thumbs up, foot is flexed, back down. Slide, slight raise, glutes are activated, come back down. Beautiful. Eight, 9, and 10. Hopefully my toe was pointed down on all those and my thumb was pointed up. Yeah, nice and controlled bird dogs. Into our reverse lunges. Again, if you need support, grab something that you can hang on to. Back and up. Back and up. Slight lean forward, most of the weight on my front foot. Maybe like 70-30. Tapping my back knee if I can, in terms of my mobility and my strength. And we're going to do 12 on each leg. I don't know how many that was. All right, I'll do a couple freestanding. Another thing to think about, you can see this when I'm facing you, you're not walking a tightrope, so try not to do a curtsy squat. We're not doing a curtsy squat here. You can have a nice shoulder width stance when you press that back leg back. This knee should track over your toe the whole time. Don't let it come in. And that might have been 12. Pause the video if you haven't gotten your 12 in. And try to get that done. All right, bent over rows. So again, I'm going to hip hinge, slight bend in the knee, hold this nice flat back, and row my hand into my hip or into the pocket, as they say. Right here. Thinking about my elbows going up to the sky, squeezing my shoulder blades together. $11 and 12. Dirty floor, dirty knees. All right. And presses. Elbows forward. Core, check. Press, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down and up. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, up, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one on this side. Check in. And release. Let's go other side. Press. Hold. 3, 4, 5. Avoided talking on that last one because I feel like I was messing with my mic. Didn't want that to bug you. Okay, all done. There you go. Mini Move Monday for you. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for being here.